for you today is, what is your more general career aspiration? I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
I would say my general aspiration is to be out in the media. I love sports. I love music. So at some point, talking about those in different facets would be great. Right now, I'm at the Barancic Foundation in Sarasota, Florida, and I've had opportunities to meet different people. And there's opportunity at the YMCA that I may have, helping them with their marketing and their social media strategy. So I have opportunities open, but I also want to learn different skills so I can be able to do my own thing on the side.
How do you think you can connect music to sports, especially basketball, because you mentioned that was your favorite?
Yes, music and sports for me go hand in hand. I would contribute that to Allen Iverson, just bringing that culture to basketball. Um, I would also say that music is everywhere. Whenever you go to an event, whether it be a dancing event or a social media, a gathering for a social gathering, there's always going to be music. So I think you can bring that together by having people also like Damian Lillard, who's a basketball player who makes music and he plays basketball. So writing stories about those who are currently doing it and then doing it myself as I make music.
Allen Iverson was on the first five 2K covers. Do you think that had any impact?
I would say it had a great impact. I think the time he came in, it was a little different. Um, the NBA was they conducted themselves very different. I don't want to use the word professional because everyone carries themselves very differently. Um, but just to provide context, for example, when players showed up to the arena, they wore suits, and Allen Iverson was one of those first players to wear what he felt was comfortable. And now it's a thing. Everyone wears their own style. Like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, um, players like Miles Bridges, these players are known to have a certain style that they have. And I think Allen Iverson's, the swagger that he brought to the game and the way he carried himself helped contribute to that. And that's why he had those different covers because he was such an icon and still is.
And who or what else has influenced you to pursue a career in media production?
I would say people like Stephen A. Smith, they bring a different flavor to sports. And with all the antics people pay attention to, like the loudness and the yelling and going back and forth with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless before, it gets lost from the art of being able to talk about sports and taking a stance and believing in that stance. And him being someone who looks like myself, a black male on Sports Center and these different shows, it shows that we can do it, and it shows that anything is possible if you put the work into it. And now he's being paid for it as well. He has a hefty contract, and he deserves every penny because of the work that he puts in and the platform that he uses to talk about these different players and talk about the great things that they do. And yeah, I would say he's one of them. And then I would say LeBron James, just from how great his greatness that he shows to the game, how he shows up, he's always ready to play. First one in, last one out mentality. Um, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace to him. He also had that Mamba mentality and that work ethic. So I think people like them who work very hard, they all have that common factor. I think those people have inspired me to want to play sports or to talk about sports.
This is just an offhanded question, real quick. Can you believe Kobe's been gone for 5 years?
It's crazy how time flies like that, honestly, and it's very unfortunate that we lost someone like that. And that's a person who was so tough and who embodied hard work, and you just would never think something would happen to them, and as well as the other people and his daughter Gigi. But yeah, it's crazy how time has flown that fast, and the impact that he has. And people still talk about it to this day. People still go to the gym early in the morning because he did, and they still do workouts because he did. They work on their footwork because he did. So his impact is definitely felt in today's game and across the world.
What else could you do in your career to be more like inspirational figures like Kobe and Stephen A. Smith?
I would say continue to do what I'm doing now. So like I was saying, I'm born and raised here in Sarasota, Florida. I work at a private foundation. It's called the Charles and Marjorie Barancic Foundation. I've had the opportunity to work with some wonderful colleagues here and to learn from them and to learn from members in our community. So I would say just continue to show up, continue to go to the gym like I do, continue to stay in shape, continue to be a leader in our community for not only people who look like me, but for people who want to do the things that I want to do. Just setting the foundation, setting the tone, showing up, being there, being ready, being prepared. I think those things, if you continue to do those things, you will be an inspiration to others.
What have you done to advance your career status thus far?
Just making those connections. It is serious when they say it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So continue to put my name out there. Terry Hansen, for example, she's our CEO here. She's given me a wonderful opportunity, and she's introduced me to other CEOs like Gene Jones down at the YMCA. So with that, I've been able to continue to learn from them and carry myself in a professional manner. And I've learned a lot about time management. I've learned how to conduct myself in a business environment, to run meetings, to set up and present in front of people, and to continue to just be who I am.
What career search objectives have you achieved that you are particularly proud of, and why?
That's a great question. I would say just the fact that I even have this opportunity at the foundation, I would say this is huge for me, because I'll back it up. So when I was in high school, even younger, the big thing was to make it in sports. Coming from where I come from, a community in Newtown, a lot of people don't make it in the things they want to do. So playing football, playing basketball, that was what I thought was going to be my way out. Education was always important to me. Always a 3.0 or above GPA, advanced classes. Always was a mentor through different programs like Big Brothers Take Stock in Children. I would just say getting this job opportunity and also getting accepted into the University of Florida. I think that was a big deal for me. It was my favorite school growing up as a kid. Never thought I would get in, to be honest. Never thought that was, it wasn't on my mind to go there. Like, I love watching Tim Tebow growing up. Love watching Al Horford from the basketball team. Like, love watching the sports. But like I said, coming from where I come from, you don't envision yourself actually going to the school. So when I came to high school, I went to a smaller college here in Florida, Lake Wells. It was called Weber International. I played football there, transferred to SCF. And then when COVID hit, I had to figure out some things. So I went back home. And my mentor, Mr. Flood, he passed away. So once that happened, I kind of lost my purpose. And I had to figure out what was something that I could do that would get me back on the track that I know is best for myself, and that was school. So I went back to State College of Florida, got my AA degree, and then I started putting out different applications to different schools. I got accepted into UF. So when I'll be getting my bachelor's in the fall, I'll be the first person in my family to go to school and to graduate. So I would say that's also something huge that I'm proud of.
I'm sorry for your loss, and congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yes, thank you.
What do you think you could have improved on in your job search so far?
I would say utilizing my resources more often, because I am well connected and I do know a lot of people, but following up more, because that's something I have improved on, but I think continuing to improve on that. Doing more research, so when I go into these rooms, I know who it is I'm talking to, what they're looking for out of this opportunity. And like I said, these are things that I've worked on, I've improved on, but I want to be at a point where when I show up, I know I am ready, and then having that confidence, I would say, just continuing to be confident.
Do you think establishing those connections will help you as a journalist in the future?
Yes, absolutely. Having those connections, having those different resources, it's easier to get stories. For example, if I needed to write a story about a local high school student, I'm well connected enough to go to the school. Hey, can I do this story on Xavier Rose, just naming a player, and they'll be welcoming to let me come in and do that story.
And just to wrap it up real quick, do you have any departing words or advice for the audience in regards to being a journalist?
Yes, in regards to being a journalist, continue to write, generate as much content as possible, continue to make those connections, find a mentor, I would say too. I think those would be the three things. Find someone who is doing what you would like to do, and figure out how they got there, figure out what goes into the process and to being great and to being a great journalist. So find a mentor, continue to do the research, and just continue to put in the work, I would say, and as for being a journalist and just in life in general.
That sounds great to me. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.